deal with that one first. And Paul or Greg, you might want to speak to the hospital system capacity. Again, very warm conversation, and I'm looking forward to travelling to Washington, as they said, in fall, when the Quad meeting will take place. We have some working dates around that, but there's still some confirmations that need to occur. And the Quad, as you know, is a very important gathering of the United States, India, ourselves and Japan, and we're looking forward to that first face-to-face meeting of the Quad to go across the broad range of initiatives we're working on. Of course, there's the defence and security issues, but the importance of the programs we announced rolling out COVID vaccine support into the region, the economic development initiatives that we're seeking to pursue, whether it's down in the Mekong region or elsewhere that we're partnering on. Importantly, looking at the critical supply chains and critical technologies that we're working on together. The Quad's agenda is incredibly important for the security of the Indo-Pacific. And we had the opportunity today to talk, of course, about what happened in Afghanistan. For me to be able to thank the President and the people of the United States for their partnership in assisting our evacuation of over 4,100 people from Kabul, and the 13 United States soldiers who lost their lives, assisting us in that effort, and to extend our sympathies and condolences to their families. The President, after our call, was actually going to meet, I understand, with some of those who are injured in those attacks. And I asked him to pass on our thanks to them and their families. The next stage, of course, with Afghanistan is the humanitarian effort, and for us to be able to take people through official humanitarian channels. And we discussed that, about how we can be working together to achieve what we want to continue to achieve, to provide people with that opportunity who are in Afghanistan to take up those humanitarian pathways, and to ensure the cooperation of the Taliban regime to facilitate that. And we expect them to do that. The world is watching the Taliban, and we're expecting them to hold to what they have said to our partners and allies in the United States, to facilitate that safe movement of their own people who are seeking to take up those humanitarian pathways. So that was an important part of our discussion. But equally, moving forward to the next Quad meeting, I think it demonstrates a very strong focus from the United States on the Indo-Pacific region. And Australia was referred to in our discussion today as a bedrock partner in the region. And the President was very grateful for Australia's 20 years of support and assistance, standing with our American partners and many others in those very difficult efforts over those 20 years in Afghanistan. And he was very appreciative of it, and all who served and all the families who served, and particularly the 41 Australians who fell in that service. So we thank him for that. They are, of course, going through their own domestic challenges now, particularly in relation to the hurricane and the floods, which are impacting there in the United States, and we expressed our sympathies with him on those issues. So we have quite a large agenda with the United States. So there'll be a lot for President Biden and I to talk about when we have that face-to-face meeting in the White House this year.